Hello and welcome to another beautiful morning. I have some coffee over here, and I would like to talk about the fact that our mind tricks us into believing that the bad things of our character and our emotions and our brain are the good things, and the opposite, where the good things are the bad things. Let's say, for instance, this is a very simple example, which is most people think that being a good person is bad because people take advantage of you. And I don't think that's true, because there is a big difference between being a good person and being a gullible person. You can have clear, great boundaries and be a good person while at the same time protecting yourself from bad things. Like, I don't think that people, that being a worse person, a bad person, really protects you from harm. I think it actually puts you more in danger because you respond in a not kind way. Like, if you practice being kind to people and being good to people, even when you encounter someone who's trying to harm you, you might get away just because that person never ever got a good response, never ever got like a firm good response, being like, look, I understand you feel bad. I'm sorry you feel offended. I'm going to not bother you anymore. And the problem goes away. Very kind, but very assertive as well. So it's not that the fact that you are a good person gets you in trouble. It's the fact that you don't really understand what it means to be a good person. You think that a good person is the one who always sacrifices, when in fact, being a good person is really having your own clear values and boundaries and not letting people do and say whatever they want around you. And if they get a confrontation, not getting the other person's emotions on you, and understanding that it's just an emotion talking, it's not the actual person. So it's just the state of mind they are in, and they are gonna do some bad decisions right there. Another thing that's really killing people, and not killing people, but like making people very very sad and unproductive, is this: remember that judgment is the killer of all activity. If you really want to do nothing in life, you need to increase your judgment of yourself, of others, of everything else. Just be judgmental. And it's obvious, but we think, most people, a lot of people, when they say, I want to get to quality, not to produce quantity, it's because of this. And another thing that I'm going to explain later. But that's a judgment. They think that they first of all say to you that you don't understand quality. That's exactly why you are doing quantity. And they believe themselves to be more talented than they are. And if they are not, they are just going to go to another skill. They are going to do something else and never pay the price that it takes to really get better at things. Because true quantity, or true quantity, as in truthful quantity, uh, both of them are amazing. But through quantity, you get to quality so much faster. You get to really have this, which is proof. You get to have the proof, and you get to prove to your mind that we've done this 1,000 times and it's easy. If you want to get better and create quality, you usually have to spend way too much effort fixing mistakes because your skill level is not as your judgment level. You have your judgment level at 10 and your skill level at 1, and you have to make up the difference by effort. And I think that if you were with your judgment at 1 and with your skill level at 9, you would have quality without effort and without judgment. You would be able to better articulate yourself. If we are speaking about how to talk in front of the camera, you would be able to express your ideas, to formulate your ideas. You would find new ways of really understanding your mind and conveying your thoughts and your beautiful views about the world in a clear and concise manner, and engaging as well. So it's more about how to get to quality through quantity. Like, you ask yourself this one question: how much will I allow myself to be bad at this? And the more you allow yourself to be bad at that, the more you are on the road to success, to quality, because you lower the judgment to approximately zero, and you start doing the thing that makes you better. You start, like, imagine a world where you would judge yourself zero. You wouldn't judge yourself at all on a particular subject. That's the key here. You can have as much judgment as you want for other things. It doesn't matter. But this, for this one particular skill, you would not judge yourself at all. That would be amazing. You would do that skill over and over and over and over and over again, because resistance is born out of judgment. The more judgment you have and the more resistance you have, well, the more resistance you have, it's actually because you have too much judgment. You have expectations that that thing is going to go super well, when in fact you should lower your judgment until you have no resistance to the action that you want to take. I think that's a crazy good idea. And it relates to the idea that our brain really tries to make the good things into bad things and the bad things into good things. It's a way of rationalizing and, like, making our, the main idea, the main focus of the mind is to expand as little energy as it can. And by nature, quantity means that you have to expand a lot more energy. But it's not as if this energy really, really exists. It's just a feeling that you have. It's just a, because the day passes anyway, and you have a certain amount of energy until you feel tired, but, and mental energy and things like that. So you are already expanding and spending that energy. Let's say, let's imagine that this energy is kind of like some money you have, but you are required to spend it by the end of the day. And there is kind of almost no way of saving it, except the only way you save it is by buying something that you have the second day and that you can show for the second day. So that's exactly what it means to be productive. And every time you don't spend that energy on something productive and something that is really in front of you and you can touch and you can say, yes, I did that with my time. Every time you don't do that, even though it might not be, like, let's say I asked you to buy it, it would be very expensive for you. So I would say I would put the price of making a video to almost triple the amount of just spending the same time watching a video. So it would cost you 3 times as much to make you, to not make you, but to shoot a video. It would cost you 3 times as much in terms of how it feels, in terms of everything. So it would really be 3 times as bad, as expensive as watching a YouTube video or a Netflix show. So uh, you would never do that trade because it costs you 3 times as much. But if I tell you that if you spend 3 times as much effort and 3 times as much energy every single day for uh, 20 days, then the price drops from 3 to 2. And then spend it for 100 days, and then the price drops again from 2 to 1. And now it's equal. The video, the watching the Netflix show is as equal as making a video. So then if you spend 300 days, for one, then it becomes 0.9. So it becomes cheaper to make a video in terms of energy and like really how you feel about it, and it becomes more energizing and more interesting. And people don't realize this. This is actually true. It's usually 3 times more expensive to do something new because you suck at it and it's super expensive and you are the first time buying that and it's super expensive. And the more you buy into that idea, into that reality, that thing becomes super, super, super cheap. And as in cheap in terms of the energy output that you have to put in. Like, it's because of this thing. It's because of momentum. Like, you've done that so many times that now you don't expand any energy to do that thing, to talk in front of the camera, to explain your ideas, and to illustrate what you want to put out there in the world. So you get to quality and you get this thing. You get proof that you are good at it and you start loving it. It takes 38 repetitions to build a habit. It takes 100, about 100, well, the 38 is scientific. The other things is just my experiments until now. It takes about 100 repetitions to feel as if it's effortless, feel as if it's just like watching a video, just like doing anything else that takes no effort. And it takes about 300 repetitions to start liking what you are doing and feel as if you made a huge improvement. And you don't have to wait 300 days. If you do 10 repetitions of 1 minute every day, so that's just 10 minutes with 30 seconds or 1 minute in between as a break, then you get to 300 in just a month. You get to 100 in 10. You get to 38 in 4 days. So that's super, super, super easy, and you get super fast wins. And people think, oh, but I have to squeeze all the value out of what I'm doing. No, you don't. You don't really have to squeeze all the value out of it. If you film for 300 times for 30 days, that's 300 minutes. You don't have to post anything. So you don't have to judge it. You don't have to do anything with it. The goal is to get to quality. It's the same goal, but you don't even think about quality. Quality will come naturally. And we are looking for this shortcut. We are looking for people to tell us it's different. You can take shortcuts. And yes, you can take shortcuts. Like, for instance, the fact that I've moved the screen to the back of the camera forces me to look into the camera. And it makes me a better communicator because I don't look at the image. I look into the screen, into the lens. So you can take shortcuts. There are shortcuts. Like, this is a shortcut. The fact that I have words to really get ideas and illustrate ideas and have concepts that I can play around with, that's just a trick. That's just a way easier thing to do. And it gives me something to grasp whenever I have a downtime in my speech. So, if you want quality, be careful of what your brain tells you. And if you want to do anything, eliminate judgment. A miserable life is one full of judgment. And just like that, it's night. I've been super productive today. I did 2 tutorials, 1 course, and another video, and I did a lot of planning, and oof, I'm so tired. I bought 15 cans of sardines. Well, 25. I gave to a friend 10 because they were 50 cents. So that was nice. They expire in 2 years, so I have sardines for months, not days. So it's really fun. I was thinking that I put my microphone here. Jesus. I saw myself into the screen. Let's actually do this so I don't watch myself at all. So I can look into the camera. This is a forceful way to just look straight into the camera so I don't have to really think about how I look, and it just, your vision just goes there. You cannot really handle the not looking at yourself. The narcissism is high in this one. And I've been noticing that I am putting a lot more personality into the videos. It's just like that. It started to happen. I started to put a lot more of myself into this video YouTube thing. And it's all because of practice. I have talked in front of the camera for I don't know how many hours. Hours and hours. I filmed 500 videos. Only the courses are like 20 times. That's just 20 hours with just the courses, just speaking in front of the camera. Well, technically not really in front of the camera because I'm filming the painting, but it's more demanding than this video because I have to pay attention to 2 things at the same time, to make a painting and talk. So that's 20 hours there, and I think I have about, at least, I would say, 40 hours on this channel and 40 hours on the other. So that's 100 hours in about 100. So 1 hour a day. I talked for 1 hour a day in front of the camera for the last. It doesn't seem too much, but it is quite a bit to take into consideration the fact that I've actually filmed 500 videos. So that's, it doesn't make sense, does it? If you divide the hours, it's more than 100 hours in front of the camera and filming things. Ooh, I got a bump here, a new bump on my finger. Yay, bumpy fingers. And it's been a nice journey to see that I can progress and I can make so many strides in the direction that I want to do, and I can hit my goals. And it's been such an easy ride to do other things just because I'm being super consistent with the videos and with filming myself, that the other things that I want to do are like an escape from shooting videos. So I'm kind of procrastinating when I'm painting and making other things, just not filming myself. And that's super fun to just escape for a few days and film just the bare minimum, which is 4 videos a day. And yeah, it's been a real interesting experience and journey into the world of video production and content creation. And it's been also a self discovery journey because I learned so much about myself, going through highs and lows. And I was thinking at the start of this, I was thinking that I was having such a boring life, and I wasn't noticing the drama and the tumultuum, or however it's called, the storm of my life. I was thinking that it's a boring life where nothing happens and I just work and drink and have fun and whatever and eat and sleep. And now I can clearly see, I think I have a, a thing over on this. Yes, no, not this one, this one. I can see clearly now. I have clarity on the table, literally and figuratively. And I've been so amazed at the emotions that I feel. Like, I started documenting everything that I feel and everything that I'm doing in order to be able to better understand and feel and get in touch with my emotions, because I wasn't. I was super detached from them. And it kind of makes sense because I wasn't really happy with the fact that I had this great potential and I wasn't really taking advantage of every day and not being consistent. I think that was the most frustrating thing, the fact that if I was consistent, I would have been so much further along this journey of success. So that's a good note to end on. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow.